Close your eyes for a moment and listen. Not with your ears, but with your soul. The universe has always been speaking to you, but have you been listening? More importantly, do you know how to speak back? You do not talk to the universe with desperation, with doubt, or with fear. It does not respond to complaints, nor does it hear the words of a mind scattered in uncertainty. The universe hears assumption, it hears certainty. It hears belief. When you whisper to yourself, "I am wealthy," but deep within you feel the lack, what do you think the universe hears? It does not hear your words. It hears your feeling, and it faithfully reflects it back to you. Every time you declare, "I will have it someday," you are telling the universe, "Not now," and so it obeys, keeping your desire just out of reach. But what if instead you declared, "It is done"? What if instead you moved as though what you seek is already yours? This is how you talk to the universe. You see, the universe is a mirror. It does not give you what you want. It gives you what you are. If you are waiting, it will make you wait. If you are lacking, it will show you more lack. But if you embody abundance, love, power, it has no choice but to give you the reflection of that state. There is no separation between you and your desire. Right now, at this moment, the version of you who already has what you want exists. But you must step into that reality. You must assume it, live it, breathe it. Do not say, "I hope the universe will bring it." Instead, say, "Thank you. It is already mine." So, speak to the universe in the only language it understands: assumption, belief, and unwavering certainty, and watch how reality bends in your favor. The universe does not respond to pleading, desperation, or wishful thinking. It responds to certainty. It mirrors back not what you beg for, but what you assume to be true. This is the fundamental principle that governs creation. Most people make the mistake of thinking that if they just ask enough, if they just plead hard enough, the universe will eventually grant their desires. But this approach is rooted in lack. It is a declaration that what you want is not already yours. When you beg for something, you are reinforcing the idea that you do not have it. And because the universe is a mirror, it simply reflects that state back to you. More lack, more waiting, more hoping, but never the fulfillment of your desire. Consider for a moment the nature of reality. Everything that exists in your life right now is a reflection of your dominant assumptions. The beliefs you carry, whether conscious or unconscious, shape your experience. If you believe that success is difficult, life will continuously show you obstacles. If you assume that love is fleeting, relationships will slip through your fingers. If you expect financial struggle, money will always seem to be just out of reach. You are not simply experiencing life, you are projecting it. The secret is understanding that assumption creates reality. The moment you assume something as fact, the universe sets events in motion to confirm that assumption. It is not a question of effort or struggle. It is simply the natural law at work. Just as a seed, once planted, grows effortlessly into the plant it was destined to be, your assumptions unfold into your life without force. The question then is not how to receive your desire, but who you are being in relation to it. Are you assuming the state of the one who already possesses it, or are you constantly reinforcing the idea that it is something separate from you? The key is to embody the feeling of your wish fulfilled. If you desire wealth, walk in the world as though you are already abundant. If you desire love, carry yourself as someone who is deeply cherished. If you desire health, assume the state of perfect well-being. It is not about pretending or deceiving yourself. It is about recognizing that the version of you who has what you seek already exists in a higher state of consciousness. There is no separation between you and your desire, except for the illusion created by your own doubts. The moment you drop the belief that it is distant, the moment you stop treating it as something to be achieved someday, it becomes yours. Because in truth, it was never apart from you to begin with. The only thing that was missing was your assumption of it. Many wonder why their desires seem to take so long to manifest. The answer is simple: they waver. One moment they assume it is done. The next they check their circumstances, looking for signs, doubting, questioning. This back and forth creates resistance. The universe cannot bring you what you are unsure about. It only delivers certainty. The moment you declare something to be yours with absolute confidence, without needing proof, without needing validation, reality reshapes itself to match that conviction. Think of the air you breathe. Do you worry about whether there will be enough oxygen for you in the next moment? No, because you assume that it is always there. You do not beg for air. You do not question its existence. You simply breathe, knowing it is available. This is the level of certainty you must bring to your desires. The world will tell you to work harder, to try more, to push against circumstances. But none of that is necessary when you understand the power of assumption. The external world is only a shadow of your internal state. Change the assumption and the world must conform. It has no choice. So stop asking, stop pleading, stop treating your desire as something far away. Assume it, live in it. Let the feeling of having it now consume you. And in that moment, it is done. The universe has heard you. And because it cannot fail to reflect your assumption, it is only a matter of time before what was once unseen becomes undeniable reality. Your inner world is the blueprint of your reality. Every thought you repeat, every silent conversation you have with yourself is a direct communication with the universe. You are always speaking, always creating, whether you realize it or not. The question is, what are you saying? Most people believe that their reality is shaped by external events. But the truth is that everything begins within. The thoughts you entertain, the words you silently whisper to yourself, and the beliefs you reinforce in your mind are constantly forming the world around you. The universe is not separate from you. It is a perfect mirror, reflecting back the contents of your consciousness. If you find yourself struggling, if life seems to be filled with obstacles, take a moment to observe your inner dialogue. Are you constantly affirming lack? Are you silently repeating stories of failure, doubt, or limitation? The words you speak within are far more powerful than the words you say out loud. A person may verbally declare, "I am successful," but if their inner conversation is filled with thoughts of inadequacy and fear, the universe will respond to the dominant inner belief, not the outward declaration. You cannot speak of abundance in your mind while feeling scarcity in your heart and expect wealth to flow into your life. You cannot hope for love while silently believing you are unworthy of it. The universe does not respond to empty words. It responds to conviction. What you persistently affirm within, whether in fear or in faith, manifests into your world. Many are unaware that they are constantly engaged in self-talk. It happens in moments of silence, in those quiet spaces between actions, in the way you react internally when facing challenges. If you want to change your life, you must first change your inner conversations. You must speak to yourself as if you are already the person you wish to become. Imagine for a moment that you are already living your ideal life. How would you speak to yourself? What words would dominate your thoughts? Would you still dwell on doubt, or would your inner dialogue be filled with confidence and certainty? The key to transformation lies in assuming this new conversation now, not tomorrow, not when circumstances change, but in this very moment. This is not about forced positivity or suppressing emotions. It is about consciously directing your thoughts to align with what you desire. It is about catching yourself when negative inner chatter arises and shifting it to something empowering. If your mind repeats, "I can't," you must replace it with, "I am more than capable." If it whispers, "It's not working," you must affirm, "It is already done." You must persist in this new mental dialogue until it becomes your natural way of thinking. In the beginning, it may feel unnatural, but with repetition, it becomes second nature. And when it does, your external world will begin to change. Opportunities will arise where there were none before. Doors will open effortlessly. Circumstances will shift to reflect your new internal state. The world will tell you that change requires hard work, struggle, and endless effort. But true transformation begins with the mind. A person who shifts their inner conversations does not need to chase after things. They are drawn to them naturally. The successful do not achieve greatness because they are different. They achieve it because they think differently. They expect success. They assume abundance. They believe in their own power. And because they believe it within, the universe delivers it without. Your inner conversations are the foundation of your reality. If you wish to see a new world, you must first create it within. Speak to yourself as the person you desire to be. Think from the place of already having it. And as you do, the universe will faithfully reflect your assumption, bringing your desires into form with effortless precision. The universe does not respond to mere words. It responds to the energy behind them. It is not what you say, but what you feel that shapes your reality. Feeling is the secret language of creation, the bridge between thought and manifestation. If you wish to receive what you desire, you must go beyond words and embody the feeling of already having it. Many people believe that if they say the right affirmations, repeat enough prayers, or visualize with perfect clarity, their desires will come to pass. But words spoken without feeling are empty. They do not move the universe. You can say, "I am wealthy" 1,000 times, but if you feel broke, if your inner state is filled with fear and lack, the universe will reflect that feeling back to you. It is not about saying you have something, it is about knowing it, feeling it, living in that state before it appears. Feeling is the signal you send out, and the universe faithfully echoes it back. This is why two people can say the same words, yet get entirely different results. One person affirms their success with absolute confidence, with an unshakable inner state that aligns with their words. The other says the same words, but feels doubt, anxiety, or impatience. The universe responds not to the words, but to the dominant feeling behind them. If you desire wealth, you must not simply wish for it. You must feel as though you are already wealthy. What does it feel like to wake up in abundance? How does your body relax when you know you are financially free? What kind of confidence do you carry when you know that money flows to you effortlessly? These are the feelings you must embrace. Not someday, not when circumstances change, but now. If you desire love, you must not feel lonely while hoping for love to come. You must assume the feeling of already being deeply loved. How does it feel to be cherished, to be valued, to be in a relationship where you are completely adored? You must let that feeling take root in your heart, allowing it to become your dominant emotional state. When you do, love cannot help but appear, for the universe must reflect your assumption. Most people get caught in the trap of waiting. They wait for evidence, for signs, for confirmation, before they allow themselves to feel the joy of their desire fulfilled. But this is backward. You do not wait for reality to change before you feel it. You feel it first, and then reality changes. This is the great secret of creation. The feeling precedes the event. To master this, you must learn to dwell in the state of your wish fulfilled. You must live from the end, embodying the emotions of already having what you desire. This is not pretending or daydreaming. It is a conscious shift in being. It is an inner conviction so strong that nothing in the outer world can shake it. When you persist in this feeling, when you refuse to waver, the universe must respond. Silence is not emptiness. It is not a void. It is a powerful language, a direct form of communication with the universe. Most people believe that only spoken words, affirmations, and prayers shape their reality. But the deepest transformations happen in stillness. It is in silence that you align with your desires, that you connect with the infinite intelligence within you, and that the external world begins to mirror your inner state. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and endless activity, people have forgotten the power of stillness. They believe they must constantly talk, plan, and struggle to make things happen. But true creation does not require force. It requires alignment. And alignment happens when the mind is quiet, when doubts dissolve, and when you enter a state of deep knowing. Stillness and silence are not passive acts. They are an active form of communication with the universe. When you sit in silence, you are not simply doing nothing. You are allowing your energy to recalibrate, your mind to settle, and your inner wisdom to guide you. It is in these moments that you become receptive, that answers come, and that your desires begin to take shape in the unseen. The universe responds to certainty, not desperation. If you feel anxious, if you are constantly questioning when your manifestation will appear, you are sending a signal of doubt. But when you enter silence, when you surrender the need to control and instead trust that all is unfolding perfectly, you communicate faith. And faith is the language the universe understands best. Many people think they need to constantly affirm their desires out loud, repeat them over and over, as if the universe has not heard them the first time. But this is unnecessary. The moment you have imagined something and truly felt it to be real, it is already in motion. What delays it is the constant questioning, the overthinking, the inner chatter that contradicts your assumption. Silence dissolves this resistance. When you quiet your mind, you enter a state of allowing. You step into a space where you no longer feel the need to chase, push, or struggle. Instead, you become a magnet. The things you once worked so hard for begin to move toward you effortlessly. Why? Because you are no longer vibrating at the frequency of lack. You are aligned with the energy of already having it. There is a deep intelligence in stillness. In silence, you connect with your higher self, the part of you that already knows the path, the timing, and the way. When you stop trying to figure everything out, when you stop filling every moment with thoughts and words, you create space for divine guidance. Solutions appear. Inspired action arises naturally. You no longer force, you flow. Being internally at peace is the most powerful state you can be in. It is the state of total trust, where you no longer worry, doubt, or seek validation from the outside world. You know that everything is working in your favor, and because you know it, the universe aligns to reflect that truth. If you want to see real change in your life, practice silence. Sit in stillness, not to ask, not to beg, but to listen. Listen to the quiet whispers of your soul. Feel the presence of your desires already fulfilled. Let go of the need to control and simply be. The more you cultivate silence, the more clarity you gain. The more clarity you gain, the more effortless your manifestations become. The world around you is only an echo of your inner world. When you are still, when you are calm, when you hold the deep knowing that what you desire is already yours, the external world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match that energy. Silence is a conversation with the infinite. It is the space where all creation begins. Enter it often, trust in its power, and watch as the universe responds in ways beyond what words could ever achieve. You do not need to create anything. You do not need to force, struggle, or make something happen. Everything you desire already exists. The wealth you seek, the love you crave, the success you envision, it is all already here, existing as a reality just as valid as the one you're experiencing now. Your only task is to align with it, to step into the version of you that already has it. Most people live under the illusion that they must bring things into existence, that they must work endlessly to create their dreams. But this is not true. Every possible reality already exists, like channels on a television. If you are watching a program you dislike, you do not need to create a new one from scratch. You simply change the channel. Reality works the same way. You are not creating, you are tuning in, selecting, choosing which version of yourself you will embody. There is a version of you that is wealthy. There is a version of you that is deeply loved. There is a version of you that is free, fulfilled, and at peace. These versions are not imaginary, they are just as real as your current experience. The reason you are not living them yet is because you have not fully aligned with them. You have not stepped into the state of being that matches that version of yourself. Your state of being, your thoughts, emotions, and assumptions, determines the reality you experience. If you constantly think from lack, if you feel doubt, if you assume things are difficult, then you are aligning with a version of reality where your desires remain out of reach. But the moment you shift your state, the moment you assume the feeling of already having what you desire, everything begins to change. Think of it this way. If you were already successful, already abundant, already loved, how would you think? How would you feel? How would you move through the world? Begin to embody that now, and reality will shift accordingly. The outer world is only a reflection of your inner state. Change your state, and the world around you must change to match it. This is not about pretending or faking it. It is about knowing, deeply knowing, that you are already the person who has what you desire. When you walk with that certainty, when you refuse to entertain thoughts of lack or fear, the universe has no choice but to align with your assumption. The mistake many people make is waiting for evidence before they believe. They wait to see money in their bank account before they feel wealthy. They wait for love to appear before they feel loved. But this is backward. The feeling must come first. The belief must come first. You must claim it internally before you see it externally. If you want to step into a new reality, start by shifting your assumptions. Stop thinking of your desires as something far away, something you need to chase. Instead, see them as done. Feel the relief, the gratitude, the joy of already having them. Speak, act, and move through the world as if you are already that version of yourself. This is not about effort. It is about awareness. The moment you become aware that everything already exists, that you are simply choosing your reality, life becomes effortless. You stop forcing, you stop worrying, you stop doubting. You step into a flow where things unfold naturally, where opportunities come easily, where you no longer chase but attract. Nothing is missing. Nothing is out of reach. The reality you desire is already here. The only question is, will you align with it? Will you allow yourself to be that version of you now? The choice is yours. It always has been. Gratitude is the language of certainty. It is the unshakable knowing that what you desire is already yours. When you express gratitude, you are not merely being polite or optimistic. You are affirming possession. You are speaking the language of completion, telling the universe that you recognize and accept your desire as fulfilled. This is why gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in manifestation. It accelerates the process by confirming that you are aligned with the reality you seek. Most people wait to feel grateful until after they receive what they want. They believe gratitude is a reaction to something happening. But true gratitude is not reactive, it is proactive. It is the embodiment of faith, the deep inner knowing that your desire is already on its way. When you give thanks in advance, you shift your state of being from one of lack to one of abundance, and the universe must respond accordingly. Imagine for a moment that you have already received what you desire. If you were holding the keys to your dream home, if you were standing in the reality of your fulfilled wish, wouldn't you naturally feel gratitude? Wouldn't you feel a deep sense of relief and joy? This is the feeling you must cultivate now. Gratitude is not about waiting. It is about bringing that feeling into the present moment, knowing that what you seek is already done. When you thank the universe in advance, you are making a declaration. You are saying, I believe, I trust, I know this is mine. And when your belief is unwavering, reality has no choice but to conform. The universe does not respond to doubt or hesitation. It responds to certainty. Gratitude seals that certainty in place. This is why the most effective way to manifest is to speak to the universe as if your desire is already yours. Do not ask as if you are lacking. Do not plead as if you are desperate. Instead, affirm and give thanks. Say, I am so grateful for my financial abundance. Say, I am so thankful for the love that surrounds me. Say, I am beyond grateful that my desires are unfolding perfectly. These statements do not leave room for uncertainty. They affirm completion. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present. The more you focus on what you already have, the more you attract. This is the nature of energy. Like attracts like. When you feel abundant, you attract abundance. When you feel loved, you attract love. When you feel successful, success follows. Gratitude places you in the energy of receiving. It removes resistance, allowing your desires to manifest quickly and effortlessly. Most delays in manifestation happen because of doubt, impatience, and contradictory inner conversations. People affirm their desires one moment, then question their reality the next. They wonder when it will happen, why it is taking so long, or if they are doing something wrong. This back and forth energy slows down the process. Gratitude eliminates this resistance. It keeps you anchored in the state of already having. When you are thankful, you are no longer waiting, you are knowing. Make gratitude your daily practice. Before you go to sleep, give thanks as if everything you desire is already done. When you wake up, express gratitude for the unfolding of your dreams. Let every thought, every word, every feeling be infused with the certainty that what you seek is already yours. This is how you communicate with the universe, not with need, not with desperation, but with unwavering gratitude. When you live in this state, reality bends in your favor. Doors open effortlessly. Opportunities flow to you. You no longer chase, you attract. Your desires are already here, waiting for you to claim them. Speak with gratitude, walk with certainty, and watch as the universe moves to meet you exactly where you are. The universe is always listening. Every thought, every feeling, every assumption is a conversation with the unseen forces shaping your reality. You are not separate from what you desire. You are always choosing, always aligning, always stepping into a version of yourself that already exists. Whether through inner conversations, deep feeling, silence, gratitude, or unwavering certainty, you are in constant dialogue with the infinite. You do not need to chase, beg, or struggle. Everything is already here waiting for your alignment. When you assume the feeling of already having, when you quiet the doubt and speak with gratitude, you step into the flow where manifestation happens naturally. The key is not effort but belief, not waiting but knowing, not hoping but embodying. Trust this process. Trust yourself. The power has always been within you. The moment you fully accept that truth, your world will transform in ways beyond your imagination. Thank you for allowing these words to reach you. May you step forward with confidence, speak to the universe with certainty, and receive everything that is already yours.